Tonight, grieving parents plead for a retrial as the coroner blames the babysitter for little Chloe's death. Dustin Martin's bikie dad facing deportation after a federal government crackdown. The waiter who stabbed a man to death in Chinatown found not guilty. A crazed motorist wanted for crushing an innocent man's car. Billy Brownless wins praise for bearing his soul on the footy show. And live to Lavinia as we take you behind the scenes of Moomba.
This is 9 News with Peter Hitchener.
Good evening. An inquest has found babysitter Ketapat Jenkins probably caused the death of 10-month-old Chloe Murphy. Her parents are now calling for justice after the coroner referred the case to the Director of Public Prosecutions. Alan Rascal has today's developments. The final stage of the $150 million Dingley bypass officially opened to traffic today, but the unveiling was overshadowed by a public spat between MPs. Dougal Beattie was there.
It was meant to be the Road Minister's moment, but soon he realised there was an unexpected visitor in the midst. The opposition's Inga Pulich, wanting recognition for the coalition's funding of the project. Unimpressed, the minister was having none of it and quickly showed her the door.
Well, he refused to walk. He was having a little bit of a dummy spit, a bit of a tanty, which I think is unfortunate.
Today, the final stage of the new 6-lane Dingley bypass was officially declared open to the public.
This is very much about ensuring that we have cars, trucks and so forth off local streets.
It stretches 6.4 kilometres from Warrigal Road in Moorabbin, linking to Westall Road in Dingley Village. The road will carry around 35,000 vehicles a day and includes 5 kilometres of new bike paths. The corridor already proving a smooth run for drivers.
Cuts time down to work, so can't complain about that.
It's the flow of traffic's been great, so it's made a definite improvement, absolutely.
But the new route, a surprise for others.
I've gone completely lost. I was on my way to East Bentley to have my hair done.
While the bypass's eastbound lanes were open last week, the opposite direction will be up and running by later tonight.
We considered that opening the outbound, because it was available, was the right thing to do to take pressure off the network while we were continuing to make that final connection.
But the opposition says there's still more to be done to improve the bypass, including connections to the South Gippsland Freeway and Peninsula Link, additions which are still unfunded. No hint from the government if that's about to change.
In due course, we'll see what happens in the budget.
Dougal Beattie, 9 News.
Billy Brownless has been praised for his honesty while detailing the impact Gary Lyons' affair with his ex-wife Nikki has had. Billy discussed vicious rumours with footy show colleagues Sam Newman and James Brayshaw and thanked those who've shown him support.
The texts and the emails I get is just unbelievable, and blokes in the street. And went to a coffee shop the other day and a lady just hugged me. Yeah?
Gary Lyon is being treated for depression and has withdrawn from media duties. Now looking ahead to sport, Tony Jones.
Thanks, Pete. Good evening. Among the stories we'll be having a bit of a look at tonight, a big-name hawk under an injury cloud. A procession of tigers head to the medicos, but they're putting on a brave face.
Looking pretty positive at the moment. Not a good night for us, but still got a few weeks to round one.
Beveridge calls on the AFL to bring back some silverware. Crocker gets the call up again as the coach goes on the sick list.
The more important thing was to stay away from the players so he doesn't infect any of them.
Revolt hits the gym. The skipper's in pretty good nick. Motor racing gongs for a couple of our greats of the track. And the Matildas lob home. Next stop, Rio. We'll also update the NAB Challenge match underway at the moment between Carlton and... who are they playing?
The Swans?
Yeah, the Swans, yeah.
OK.
You can do sport too.
Thank you, Tony. Sorry about that, not meaning to prompt you there. Well, next in Melbourne's 9 News, an innocent driver crushed by a random attack on his parked car. Beachgoers warned of a gastro threat lurking in the bay. Loud music sparks a wild brawl between female passengers on a plane. And our guide to the best in show as Seb Costello crashes the party at Moomba.
Bag snatch terror.
The whole time I'm screaming, stop, stop, help me, somebody.
On a current affair, our exclusive with a 53-year-old Aussie mum attacked and robbed of $7,000 while on the Gold Coast.
That's mine, you're not having it. You're not getting it.
A current affair next.
A teenage boy has been charged over a fire that destroyed a playground swing specially designed for children in wheelchairs. $30,000 worth of damage was caused to the equipment at a Hoppers Crossing park. A 14-year-old from Wyndham Vale is accused of criminal damage and will face the Children's Court in June. Melbourne will welcome 1 million visitors this weekend when Moomba transforms the Yarra River. The $3 million festival is billed as Australia's biggest free community event, with the Birdman Rally returning for another year. And Seb Costello has this preview.
Interest in Moomba appears to be ballooning. The Birdman Rally is back. Entrants spreading their wings ahead of Sunday's competition. Are you feeling inflated about your chances of winning?
We're absolutely pumped.
In recent years, the Moomba Festival has come full circle.
It is the biggest community festival in Australia, and we hope that all of Melbourne gets out and enjoys it.
There's an old rumour about the true meaning of Moomba, but this Melbourne institution has been redefined.
We decided at the city to put more money in, and it now costs more than $3 million to stage Moomba.
The Ashton Circus seems to have all on the edge of their seats. The headline act, a Russian-born unicyclist who paid a hefty price to master the 4-metre bike.
I fell off, broke both of my hands and feet at the same time.
The festival runs along Boathouse Drive, which is closed for the entire long weekend. Public transport will run as normal. Public holiday timetable on Monday. The vast majority of events are free. The Australian Skateboarding National Final will be staged on Riverside Park. $2,000 for the best trick. British India leads an all-Melbourne rock lineup on Saturday night. Tim Rogers to take to the stage on Sunday. Moomba will be hard to dodge this year. The bright lights of the carnival will be in full swing, and 1.2 million Victorians are expected to visit between now and Monday. Michelle Payne will be hoping for a good run at Sunday's Mildura Cup. She and brother Stevie will take on Moomba Monarch duties at Monday's parade.
I've had discussions with the King and Queen. They are ready to wave at the crowd.
Fireworks will round out Saturday, Sunday and Monday nights. The City of Melbourne asking for all pets to be left at home, with some exceptions. Seb Costello, 9 News.
And Moomba is where we find Livinia tonight. Now, Livinia, the weather looks absolutely terrific for day one.
Pete, it is beautiful out here at the moment, and we've been very lucky with the timing. Showers were on and off through last night with some decent totals recorded. Here in the city there was 8.4 millimetres, but across the state falls were much heavier. Bairnsdale was drenched with 40 millimetres, 30 of that falling in just half an hour. Unfortunately, totals weren't as high through the Mallee. Mildura missed out again, and that makes 5 weeks without a drop of rain. Now, if you're planning a trip here to Moomba over the long weekend, the good news is that it's going to be mostly dry. The real story continues to be the humidity, with muggy conditions right through until Monday. Pete, I'll have more detail on the long weekend later in the bulletin.
Thank you, Livinia. And when we return, Russell Crowe's personal tribute to his cousin, cricketing great Martin. Migrants trapped in mud-soaked misery on the Greek border. How a chance playground encounter solved a 17-year kidnap mystery. And Melbourne's Madonna fans have their patience tested by a bizarre late-night performance. Relief today for the parents of Daniel Morecambe, with the 13-year-old's killer, Brett Peter Cowan, refused leave to appeal the conviction and life sentence. Cowan abducted and murdered Daniel on Queensland's Sunshine Coast in 2003.
I don't have Daniel back, but you know, that Cowan's in jail, and hopefully I don't think he'll ever get out.
Cowan now has no avenue of appeal over the sentence. Now for a look at sport. Tony Jones.
Thanks, Pete. Hello again. Among our stories tonight, Jordan Lewis providing just a few headaches at the Hawks. The AFL demands a please explain over last night's Tiger antics. Daisy gets a little aggro in the NAB Challenge match underway at the moment. A buffed-up Nick hits the gym ahead of his pre-season debut. And recognition at last for a couple of Aussie motor racing legends.
This Sports Report brought to you by Sportsbet Bet Live. Get your bet on fast with Sportsbet.
Richmond's build-up to the season has been thrown into disarray after a night from hell at Etihad Stadium. And while injuries to key players are a chief concern at the moment, the Tigers have also incurred the wrath of the AFL. Mark McGugan explains. Our women's soccer team has arrived home from that all-conquering Olympic qualifying series, primed for a genuine tilt at a gold medal in Rio. The Matildas were undefeated in the series, giving them the shot of confidence needed to take the next step.
I believe in this team, I believe in the talent that we've got. If we can continue to believe and grow, I think we'll really be gold medal contenders.
It'll be the Matildas' first Olympic appearance in 12 years. And I hope they go well too, Pete. Have a good weekend.
And to you. Thank you, Tony. After the break, the day's finance. A hero MP saves a dying man in Melbourne's west. Myer rolls out the big guns to finish the fashion festival with a bang. Over-the-counter weight loss remedies put under the microscope. And the bargain painting that turned out to be worth $1 million. A big pat on the back for State Labor MP Danny Pearson after he used mouth-to-mouth to save a man's life. The member for Essendon was at a public meeting in Flemington when the man stopped breathing and collapsed.
Seconds really count and make a huge difference, and I was really concerned about making sure that he didn't die, but also that he didn't suffer brain damage.
Paramedics say the incident highlights the need for more Victorians to learn CPR. To finance news, and the Australian share market has risen for a second consecutive week. The banks were up on the back of a strong day's trading. Although mining stocks fell, the All Ordinaries Index gained to finish the week on a high. Our dollar is hovering just below 75 US cents. A painting that was originally thought to be worth around $600 is now considered a genuine Rembrandt. Unveiled in a Netherlands art gallery, the restored piece, The Unconscious Patient, is believed to date back as far as 1624 and is part of a series depicting the five senses. Livinia joins me again live from Moomba. So, Livinia, will this lovely sunshine continue over the long weekend?
Well, Pete, I'm afraid the cloud will make a return this evening, so although it's going to be warm, there's no escaping those grey skies. I'll have the full forecast after the break. Hello again from the Alexandra Gardens on the first day of the Moomba Festival. And as you can see, we've certainly been lucky with the weather, though it has been a little humid for my liking. After recording our overnight minimum of 19.4 before midnight, we warmed up to 26.1 late in the day. And yes, it was very humid this morning. At 8 a.m, it was a staggering 99% humidity. Yesterday's wet weather continued through the night. The airport and Ferny Creek each had 9.8 millimetres, with 8.4 falling in the city gauge. But it was dry today and temperatures really varied from 21 at Frankston up to 30 degrees at Ringwood and Yarra Glen. Across the state, all regions saw overnight rainfall, but it had largely cleared by 9 a.m. This afternoon, a few storms have sparked up over Wodonga and Mallacoota. We can see that unsettled weather is the result of a trough that's stretching all the way from the top end. It's bringing significant rainfall to the Northern Territory, Western Queensland, and just clipping the northeast corner of South Australia. Now, it's very slow moving and will continue to bring the risk of severe thunderstorms over Western Queensland tomorrow. On Sunday, it will contract to the north, but the relief will be short-lived, with more wet weather moving into the centre on Sunday night. So here's a look at exactly where we can expect that rain tomorrow. Cloncurry is already drenched and could see another 100 millimetres in the next 24 hours. But the heavy rain is confined to the interior, so just light falls expected for Brisbane tomorrow, top of 31. It'll be partly cloudy in Sydney, 29, hot and unsettled in Canberra, 32 degrees. In fact, today's top of 24 was the first time Canberra hadn't reached 30 degrees this month. An afternoon shower is in store for Hobart, humid in Adelaide, heading for a top of 32, 32 also for Perth, and those storms will continue for Darwin. For us, that low pressure trough will persist in the east, bringing falls of up to 10 millimetres around Orbost. Just the chance of light isolated showers for the rest of the state, with temperatures fairly similar to those we saw today. And the tropical flavour will continue with high humidity expected once again. Around the suburbs, cloud will move in overnight and stay put, and there's a chance of light showers moving through in the middle of the day. And we're set for another warm night, not dropping below 19 degrees. We'll reach a muggy top of 24, and unlike today, we won't see much sun at all. Grey skies will continue on Sunday, but it will stay dry for the spectators at the Birdman Rally. A different story for the competitors, I'm sure. On Monday's public holiday, cloudy again, but that humidity will finally begin to ease, 21. A possible morning shower on Tuesday, 23. The sun will make its return on Wednesday, 26. We'll be back into hot northerlies on Thursday, so heading for 29, but then back down to 24 with a light shower on Friday. So, Pete, still a few days left of this muggy weather, but it's not going to be overly hot, so pretty good conditions for enjoying all that Moomba has to offer. Have a great weekend.
So much, Lavinia, and to you too. And Melbourne, that's what's news this Friday. From all of us here, have a great long weekend and good night.